All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's live stream Microsoft Flight Simulator. We have some good stuff planned for today. Pin this just so that all right. Well, maybe it'll pin eventually. There it goes. All right. So yeah, we've got 3 flights planned today. We're going from Diagoras to Santorini, and then we're going to file from Santorini up to Athens. Once we get to Athens, we are going to pop out, switch aircraft over to the Cessna 28B. We're going to fly in the Swiss Alps for a little bit this morning. We're going from Box to Grenchen. I'm probably tearing that name up, but anyway, let's get in here and get things set up. We're going to try to leave, at least for this flight and on to Athens, we're going to leave the live weather on. It seems like it's fixed, but we're flying well below, we're only going to, I think, 14,000 feet here. So, should be okay. Shouldn't encounter anything too crazy. Let me just move some windows around here so I can see chats. Okay. So we're going to get this all started up. We are going to make sure we don't want him talking just yet. That going.
Diagoras ground, DG and Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67 IFR to Santorini, ready to copy.
DG and Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67 is cleared to Santorini Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 24 climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure frequency is 135.875 squawk 5331.
Oh, come on.
DG and Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67 cleared to Santorini Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 24 climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure on 135.875 squawk 5331.
DG and Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67 readback is correct. Contact ground on 121.7 when ready to taxi. Good day.
Diagoras ground, DG and Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67
should be
with
pulling
uniform
over
ready to
that
taxi
way.
IFR.
Now, I flew this route last night just to kind of get a feel for it.
Contact tower on 118.2 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 24 using taxiway Alpha EG and Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67.
Alright, let's get the lights on. Let's go back to taxi. It's probably going to be quiet in the chat. It's alright. Let's go to our flight plan. This will be a very quick flight, actually, so. So this is one of liveries that came out for the A320. So we have at least something that look, or it's a real world airline. So I'm really happy about that. Yeah, we got some nice clouds. Oh, somebody's here, left a like already. Thank you. Good morning to whoever that might be. Now, for when we go to the Swiss Alps after we get done at Athens, I'm probably going to turn the live weather off because I don't really know the area all that well. So it's, you climb out and you're right between mountains when you leave boats. So we don't want to have any mishaps.
Diagoras Tower, Aegean Air, Oscar Alpha Tree 67 ready for IFR departure runway 24.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67, altimeter 29.65, 22. Cleared for takeoff runway 24.
Cleared for takeoff runway 24, Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67.
Okay. Somebody left a like and then left. Okay then. Is okay. Let's get our speed brakes armed, and we'll put on the auto brake on minimum. Last night I did it. Let's minimize that. All right, I think we are all set. Away we go. Here we go. Pilot on.
Engineer Oscar Alpha 367, contact Athens Center on 135.875. Good day.
And away we go.
135.875 Aegean Air Oscar Alpha 367. Athens Center Aegean Air Oscar Alpha 367 is at 1,500 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha 367 Athens Center altimeter 29.65, continue as planned.
Oh, it's kind of nice to be flying through the clouds again. Look at that. And see, now the great thing is, so one of the things I learned that I forgot about is if you put the flight director on before you take off, or even before you taxi, all the stuff that's in the flight plan, it kind of just takes over. And so it adjusts the speed based on our altitudes and everything. So I totally forgot about that. So now we don't have to worry about changing the speed when we fly out and we're climbing and everything. It does all that automatically for us. The only thing that we have to adjust basically is the altitude. So that helps out immensely. Well, that, and if we're above 180, we have to change our altimeter reading to standard, and then also our changing from knots to Mach once we're up in the stratosphere. So, yeah. Oh, it is so nice to be flying in live weather again. Kind of missed it, quite honestly. I didn't think I would, but I do. I did miss it. Somebody's watching on Twitch. Thank you for coming in. Guessing it might be Mick. I don't know. So this is a very quick flight. By the time we get to 14,000 feet, we're going to be there very briefly, and then we'll start our descent into Santorini. So we should get our request to go. It'll probably tell us to go to 14,000 here any moment now.
Oscar Alpha 367.
Or 15,000. All right, there we go.
15,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 15,000 feet Aegean Air Oscar Alpha 367.
Bingo, there we go. So we'll be, by the time almost that we get to 15,000 feet, we'll get there or very close to it, and then we'll start the descent. So at least that's how it was last night. So, and I went all the way up to 240, so, and that was way higher than probably necessary for such a short flight. Now look, we accelerate to 320 knots. So yeah, this goes very quickly, this flight. So yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, look at this weather. You know, a little bit of rainbow in the background there. Really heavy clouds. You got low clouds, you got high clouds. It's kind of nice to fly through the clouds again. Kind of missed it, quite honestly. we can turn off the turn those off. All right, I probably would not let anybody out of their seats on this flight, mainly because it's a short flight. Probably no real cabin service other than what you bring with you. And this would be the time. Let's see if we can get... There is a weather radar mode. Let's see, but it doesn't work on this version. I think that's something that they're trying to get into this version of the A320. It'd be kind of nice to see the radar sweeping back and forth, you know, showing the weather ahead of us and around us and all that. Oh, we're almost at 15,000 feet. There we go. Throttling back a little bit just as we get close. And any moment now we'll start descending. Wow, look at that. Yeah, we'll be here very briefly. Wow. Well, I guess I'll just not keep looking over at the chat because it doesn't seem like anybody's coming in today. And that's okay. Alright, any moment now we should get the call. I think because well, they're both overlaid on one another. It's hard to see the altitude for that marker. I think it's at 9150 or something like that. All right. Yeah, 9150. So we should get a... Yeah, pretty soon we'll get the call. It's a very short cruise section on this. Maybe it was more so when we were at 240 last night. See, and it throttled back to, instead of 320, it throttled back to 285 for our cruise speed. And then let me get my notes ready for the next stage here. And there'll be another quick flight up to Athens. Now, the amazing thing is, and I was looking at this on the forums last night, one of the big complaints is that when you're flying through the clouds, that you would expect a little bit more of a bumpy flight. And everybody's like, it's too calm for the weather, but I guess not all the time would that be the case, but I think they're trying to figure out a best way to model the weather so that you get a reasonably real life experience, or as close to real life as you would expect in a simulator. And I think whatever they try to do, it's either one extreme or the other. Either it's too easy or it's too difficult. And I think they're trying to find that middle ground, but as somebody pointed out in the forums, either people are complaining it's too easy or they're complaining it's too difficult, and nobody's ever happy. They're never have a kind thing to say. So I don't know. But we're doing okay. But it's nice to have. Can't always have the sunny skies. That's not reasonable. No, that's not realistic either. Now, I think the time, I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. It would seem to me, based on, good morning, Mick, how are you? That when it shows the time, right, I think that's your cruise time. That's not the whole flight. That doesn't include your taxiing, takeoff, departure, getting up to your cruise altitude, cruising, and then start the descent. I think that time is only the cruise time, because it said the cruise time was like 22 minutes. I always thought that's how long the flight would last. So I think they need to there's got to be a way that they could put overall flight time from gate to gate or runway to runway, whatever. So that way you get a better sense of how much time are you going to be spending, in the air. I don't know if it's possible for them to calculate that other than just the cruise time. How you doing, Mick? Hopefully you're having a good day. And I think that's why we get some flights that we think are going to be very quick, they end up taking longer than we expected. Oh, look, it's dropping the airspeed already. Look at that. It just throttled back to 240. I just noticed that. I'm really surprised as we're getting closer that we're not getting our call to start descending. But maybe we will once we get a little bit closer. I don't know. It's hard to say. But 3 viewers over on Twitch, thank you all for coming in. So if it throttled back, let's have a look here at the oh, it doesn't have the speeds, I think. Somewhere it's getting that information to slow down, because we were at 320 and then it went 285, and now we're down to 242. So it's adjusted on its own without any input from me. That's kind of crazy, but hey, if it works, it works. I wonder if it had us descending earlier. When I flew last night, it seemed like we got up to 240, and then it was like we were there for a brief moment, or not even quite all the way there, and then it was like start to descend. Oh, okay, gosh, I love... Alright, hello, Captain Platypus. That's awesome. Glad you like the 320 Neo. I was watching, somebody posted a video, and I think it was about a week or two old, talking about the lack of jetliners in the game. For the PC, it's been out over a year now, and there's a lot of stuff that is still in development. And one of the things that a lot of people have asked for is more jetliners, so that it's something that can be, you know, you're not flying the same stuff constantly. I think people want a new challenge. So. Alright, I think I'm going to ask for to start descending, because I'm surprised we haven't started already. Let's go down 5,000 feet.
Athens Center Region Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67. Request 10,000 feet.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67 descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67.
I think once we get past there, then we should start getting our descents from ATC. Hopefully. Yeah, again, Captain Platypus, those are all things that are still in development. It's, you know, it's just going to take time. And I think part of the thing that sets everybody back is when they come out with different updates, you know, they kind of have to take a step back. I mean, it'd be great, but that's... let's start slowing down here. Let's go to 210. Start slowing down and get ready for landing here soon. All right, thank you. I took care of it, but I appreciate it. Should probably call for 10,000 a little bit earlier. See, last night it seemed like by now we were maybe after. I think we tracked to the once we track over, we're right there.
67 contact approach on 122.1. Good day.
Going to 122.1 Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67. Approach Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67 is at 10,500 feet, descending 10,000 feet.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67, approach altimeter 29.53, continue as planned.
29.53.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67, contact Athens Center on 135.875. Good day.
Going to 135.875 Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67. Athens Center Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67, 10,000 feet.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67 Athens, center altimeter 29.53, continue as planned. Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67, contact approach on 122.1. Good day.
Going to 122.1 Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67. Approach Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67, 10,000 feet.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67, approach altimeter 29.53, continue as planned.
Approach Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67. Request 7,000 feet.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67, descend and maintain 7,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67, descend and maintain
there we go.
3,500 feet.
Descend and maintain 3,500 feet Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67.
We can just start slowing way down here. Morning, Amela. It won't be till next year, Captain Platypus. They've run into too many. They've run into some issues that they want to test to make sure that they get it right before they release it. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67, you are 14 miles northeast. Keep speed not above 230 knots. Expect RNAV runway 15 approach, file CRA transition. Clear till CRA.
Keep speed not above 230 knots. Expect RNAV runway 15 approach, file CRA transition. Cleared till CRA. Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67.
Good thing I tested this last night, so I kind of know what to. Well, I think after what happened with the release of the DC-6, they want to test everything as much as possible before they release it, so they don't have any hiccups like they did with the DC-6. So I'd rather they do that than we get a, you know, it comes out and then nothing works. So it is what it is. The expectation was by Christmas, but yeah, they basically said we're checking everything again, and we want to make sure that it's as good as possible. So, all right. So as soon as we land, we'll pop out, refile up to Athens, and we'll get back up in the air. The MD-11, oh yeah, you guys are getting it for X-Plane. I don't know. I don't follow what's coming out for X-Plane and all that, so. All right. Yeah, I just know that I look at a site, Captain Platypus, that has, you know, the stuff that they've heard from developers that is being worked on. You know, and stuff gets added over time, you know, when a developer says, hey, we're starting on this project and all that, but you know, it takes time. They've got to build stuff, and then the SDK, apparently there's problems with that. I mean, there's a whole bunch of issues that happen with all this development, and sometimes it goes rather smoothly, and other times it takes them a while and things don't go well right off the bat, and then of course everybody's upset, and you know, so I don't know what else to say. But you know, we get stuff when we get it, I guess. That's the only thing I can hope for. We get it when we get it. Hopefully it works right off the bat. Alright. So we should be turning to the left here for our next marker. And then we should start to line up. There we go. Wow, the weather looks, or the water looks well textured. Like other times it seems like it's just a hot mess. So all right, we're almost at 350, 3,500. Excuse me. All right, there's our airports. Once we turn coming up, I'll go ahead and put the landing gear down. We'll slow down to 140. Now the approach mode worked last night, so I'm assuming it's going to work again. So, no water landing. Nope, we're going to be just fine. I just noticed because before it seemed like it was too glassy. Like there's no like any kind of depth to the water wherever we fly over. It's always smooth. So I don't know if it's because we got the live weather on, but it looks way better than it has in the past. All right, so we should get one more. Once we're on approach, we'll talk to the tower, and then we should get one more altimeter reading as we come in. I do have the go around. Hello, Chris. Go around if we miss the approach, which I don't think we will, but I've got the go around information available if we miss it. So we're going to put this thing on the ground nice and easy.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67, you are 16 miles north of Santorini. Contact Santorini Tower on 118.05 when inbound on the approach.
Tower on 118.05 Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67. Santorini Tower Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67, 16 miles north inbound RNAV runway 15 approach.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67 Santorini Tower.
2953.
Altimeter,
All right, perfect.
29.53, wind 195 at 29er. Cleared RNAV runway 15 approach.
Cleared RNAV runway 15 approach Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67.
All right, coming through the clouds here. Ooh, 140. Approach mode. All right, let's minimize that. So that's out of the way. Right. If I could fly any plane in real life for one flight and one flight only, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't have an answer off the top of my head, to be honest. All right, all of our lights are on. So we should nose over, and it should start picking up the local light or the RNAV. I think I didn't pop on. It should take it. I think I was a little bit inside the. I think once we pass that marker there, then it should pick up the RNAV approach. Fingers crossed. Last bit of flaps, there we go. And then it should take over here in a moment. It did last night, but if not, we're ready to land this thing manually if we have to. There we go. All right, we got the tractor beam. Yeah, I got it, Captain Platypus. It's okay. I appreciate the input, but I've got it under control, thank you. So yeah, look at the way that look at that crosswind. Look how we're flying in. Mel, is this how you fly normally? Sideways and stuff? And it works? So yeah, it's adjusting for that wind. Look at that. That is just insane. I'm still always amazed how this works. But the plane still goes forward, but we're at this crazy angle.
2,500.
Alright. Alright. There's a Braddock put out a 4 livery pack. It's in the marketplace.
Air, Oscar Alpha Tree 67 wind 195 at 29er.
So you can just get that and you download it and
Cleared to land runway 15 Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67.
once you download it, I don't know I don't know which folder you would put it in for your PC version. You'd have to do some research on where it would go for that, but basically you just buy the livery pack off of the marketplace, or get it on the marketplace there. And hello, Smart Gamer. So yeah, we that's how you get it. But this is I'm glad. I was wondering if somebody was ever going to do it, and finally Braddock put it out, and I think they're going to do more, because in the marketplace there's a separate place for liveries now. No, it's not free, it's very cheap. All right, okay. The Boeing 777-300ER, it's not in the marketplace. It is not free. It does cost you money. I don't know what you're talking about, Smart Gamer, but anyway, let me focus on landing here. So I apologize. I'm gonna not look at the chat anymore.
500. 400. 300.
'All right, still correcting.
200.
Wow, we are way off the runway, it seems
100.
like.
60.
Right, there we go.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
There we go. All right, welcome to Santorini, everybody. Go ahead and ride down to the end of the runway here. Cute. No, the livery for this is not free. I think it's like $4.99 or something. It's very cheap for the 4 liveries. So it's like $1 per livery or something like that. I didn't even have to use the reverse thrust. I stopped way short last night when I flew in here. Alright. So we'll pull over here.
unstable. Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67 contact ground on 118.05.
118.05 for Aegean Air Oscar
Now, here's the
Alpha Tree
thing.
67.
We contact ground, but it doesn't give us an option for taxi to the gate. So that's where I parked last night, so I'm just going to taxi on down there. For some reason, it doesn't give us the... it doesn't pop over or give me an option to do it, so we're just going to follow that over. Thank you, Mela. All right, next flight coming up. We're heading to Athens from here. Well, yeah, seems like we were way off the runway as we got closer. It's like it wasn't correcting anymore for the approach. So, but worked out in the end. Brakes work very well. Turn the flight director off. Glad I didn't have to use the go-around procedures. But I did have them available if necessary. It's like general aviation parking or something over there. Let's got this. We're going to Athens next, and then we're going to go to the Swiss Alps. One more flight. This thing wants to take forever to taxi. All right, there we are. Shut the engines down. All right. I'm not a... Oh, well, at least this is better than the crap that we've had, Captain Platypus, but I understand what you're saying, but it is what it is. All right, let's go to the next one. Yep. IFR. And we're going to depart from ramp 5, going to LG AV, I believe. Yep. And we're going into 21 left. And IFR low altitude. And we are departing. It was, I gotta find it again. There it is. There's that one. ILS 21 left Zulu. Oop, that's VOR DME, not ILS. There it is. And we want, it was SOAR 2B. Okay. I don't know why it does this all the time, but all right. So there's that flight. I'm going to step away for just a moment. Yeah, I think so. All right, I'm going to be back in just a second. We'll go flying. All right, I'm back. Let's go flying. Yeah, I think that that is an astute observation, Amela. All right. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to let the co-pilot talk to ATC so we can get
Santorini Tower Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67 IFR to Eleftherios Venizelos, ready to copy.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67 is cleared to Eleftherios Venizelos Airport as filed.
11,000.
Takeoff runway 15 climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Departure frequency is 135.875 squawk tree 236.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67 cleared to Eleftherios Venizelos Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 15 climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Departure on 135.875 squawk tree 236.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67 readback is correct. Contact ground on 118.05 when ready to taxi. Good day.
Santorini ground Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67 requesting pushback.
Nope, there is no pushback.
Santorini ground Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67 no pushback tug is available to answer your request.
Yeah.
Santorini ground Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67 with Kilo ready to taxi IFR.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67 taxi to in hold short of runway 15 via taxiway Bravo. Contact tower on 118.05 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 15 via taxiway Bravo Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67.
Alright, that's where we gotta go. So we'll back it up once the engines. There we go. Do it the hard way. Because if it was easy, everybody would do it. It's the game's fault. It's the game's fault. That's a good, I guess that's a good excuse, Mick. I mean, in a way it's true. You know, the game does stuff and you're just like, oh, why? Why is this happening? What's it trying to do to me? That's why I'm always skeptical of buying games with a multiplayer or live multiplayer thing, because it's too frustrating, and I don't think my blood pressure would handle it very well. Not that I have high blood pressure, but I don't need it to go high. So, yeah. All right, we are on our way to the runway. Let's see if he contacts the tower for clearance when we get up here to the stop point.
Santorini Tower Aegean Air Oscar
There
Alpha
we go.
367 at runway 15 ready for departure IFR to Eleftherios Venizelos.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67 altimeter 29er decimal 53 with 19er 5 at 29er. Cleared for takeoff runway 15.
Cleared for takeoff runway 15 Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67.
Alright, here we go. Working on a project for the stream. Nice, Mick. I need to work on a project myself. That's my goal for today. I need to get a channel about video done. Or about the channel. Ooh, the wheel's turning. Nice. I know Fly-by-Wire is working on some updates for this plane too. All right, here we go. We're all set. Let's get that the flight plan. If the thing will. Oh, come on. Jeez Louise. All right, let's go. All right, let's get this out the way. Go. Positive climb. Autopilot.
Engineer Oscar Alpha 367, contact Athens Center on 135.875. Good day.
135.875 for Aegean Air Oscar Alpha 367. Athens Center Aegean Air Oscar Alpha 367 is passing 1,500 feet, climbing 11,000 feet.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha 367 Athens Center altimeter 29.53, continue to be 146G as planned.
There we are. We're on our way to Athens. Kind of a surprise edition. I was thinking this morning about it when I was waking up, and I thought, well, I've got the time if I get up out of bed and review everything that we could possibly do. So here we are. Make the most of our time today. Tomorrow, later stream, it will not be at 6:30 East Coast time. It will be as soon as I get home from downtown. So I will go live once I get in the door and get settled. All right, let's set up for landing. Let's get that armed. Minimum brake. Brake. There we go. Wow, this thing kind of got off course here. Seemed like. Well, it's going to pick up the track here in a moment, I think. We're just kind of skipping something, it seems like. But we're okay, I think. It'll correct itself. Still on our way to 11,000 feet. Probably go out to about 14 or 15,000 again. I figured you'd be out the door already, Amela. Not that I'm trying to kick you out the stream, but normally by now you're like, I gotta go by. Just looking at the time. All right, there we are. We're back on track. Still turning. Kind of a lazy left-hander here out of Santorini, which is right there. Really nice departure, I think. If we had sunny weather, it would be even more incredible, but that's not very realistic now, is it? So yeah, we're gonna have this, we're gonna keep turning and hit these markers on the way out. Well, not exactly hit them, but close enough for government work, as I like to say. Alright, we can turn our landing lights.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha 367 climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Keep speed not above 210 knots.
Climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Keep speed not above 210 knots. Aegean Air Oscar Alpha 367.
Alright, so 14. Alright, I'm going to have to put in 210. Oops, we don't want to go to... There we go. Alright. But it didn't take us long to get to 14,000. Thought I'd switched all those on, but I guess I didn't. Huh. All right. Climbing out for our departure. Always wondered why the planes departed certain ways, but from my understanding it's for safety reasons, to clear the airspace for incoming flights and all that, and other planes taking off. And the interesting thing is, not all airports, even decent-sized ones, have a departure track. So it's kind of like you got to fly and take off and then turn towards your track and then engage the autopilot and all that. As if there's traffic, you have to hold for traffic after. Yeah, I'm just kind of catching up on the chat. Once I hear 500 when I don't care if I can person from the taxi with the last thing is to go. Well, that's why I don't have the live traffic on anymore either, because I was running into problems where the AI traffic was sitting on the runway, or they would land and they wouldn't clear off, so I would have to go around. So I just turned it off, and I haven't had to do it since. The only time I have to do it is if I actually approach, not intentionally, but by accident. I'm just like, okay, now I got to go around. But I never knew about like the go around procedures. What do you do if you miss it? So at least now I have a good idea when I'm flying, where should I go, what should I do, so that I'm prepared for it. Got 5 viewers over on YouTube. Greatly appreciate that. If you would like, please hit the like button. Greatly appreciate that. If you feel so compelled to do so. If not, it's all right. Oh, we're kind of above the clouds now. Before it was darker clouds. It seemed like we were going to be flying through a storm, but it seems like it's moved on. There's a lot of puffy clouds, maybe some gray clouds, light gray clouds over that way, off the right side, off there in the distance. Right, so we should be tracking actually towards Athens now. There we go. I guess people are popping in and then disappearing. Oh well, it is what it is. So, good. Yeah, I gotta work on that project today. I have to. I was hoping I wouldn't have to, but it appears that I do. I think otherwise things are gonna get out of hand. Trying to avoid it. So yeah, Fly-by-Wire is working on some updates here. I think one of the things, they will have the weather radar working. Updates to the just overall, I think they're going to have some good updates for the plane. So. Now that flight from Rodos Diagoras, that is a real flight. It's operated by Olympic Air or Aegean Air. I think there's a couple airways that fly A320s into Santorini. So I found that quite by chance, that flight, or that route on YouTube. Was a real world flight, so I thought, well, why not? And then, because I realized it was probably going to be a very short flight, well, that didn't turn out to be the case. Not too short, but I decided that I would throw in Athens. And then this morning, I was looking on YouTube and found there was a small business jet that took off out of Books in the Swiss Alps. So I thought, well, we could try that, but that might be a bit of a handful. So I figured the Cessna 208B would be a good choice there in the Alps. We can take off, climb out, turn towards Grenchen, and have a good time with that. So we'll do a bit of VFR flying after we land here at Athens. Keep up our proficiency with that. Be capable of flying in a VFR approach and all that good stuff. So yeah, it should be good flight. But we'll turn off the live weather because I don't really know the area and I don't want it to end up in a accident, so to speak. So we'll do it that way. All right, a little bit more of a track here to the right. I think after this marker we should start to descend into Athens. Yeah, tomorrow's flight, we're going from Chester to Concord, California. We'll advance the time if necessary. So we have a nice morning flight. We'll do that in the King Air 350i. And actually, the route that we are going is going to take us not far from where we were on Sunday, by Yosemite. So we'll track along those mountain ranges, turn in, descend, and turn into Concord, and we'll fly over the Central Valley, essentially, and then come into Concord, set it down, nice and easy, we'll be done. So if you can make it, I understand it's probably going to be later in the afternoon. That's probably going to be dinner time for some folks. If you can make it, that's great. If not, catch it on the replay. It should be a really good flight. So we'll get up to about 30,000 feet. So hopefully the weather will be good. We'll leave the live weather on to keep working to see if that's working. If not, if we start to have issues in the air, we'll turn off the live weather and fly it the rest of the way that way if necessary. It seems like it's working fine now. I did take off and climb, up beyond 340 last night, so I feel like it's it's working. Whatever bug there was about the high temperatures and all that crazy stuff at the higher altitudes, it seems to have been fixed. Knock on wood, hopefully it stays that way. So the only time that I prefer to fly with the weather off is when we're in the Spitfire, so we have a nice scenic flight with that, and then also on our scenic Sundays, so we have a nice view of wherever we're flying around. This Sunday will be Washington, D.C. So looking forward to that. Take off in a little plane and fly over the Capitol and check out the area, and then we'll go in for a landing somewhere and we'll wrap that up. But we'll be on the farm first. We'll be fertilizing and sowing the fields. So we'll get that going right away on Sunday, and as soon as we're done, we'll go flying. About 15 minutes after we're done on the farm, per usual. Okay, take care, Milla. Have a good day. Be safe. Catch you later. Well, we usually leave a little bit before that, but I guess it's your schedule. Thank you for coming in, Amela. Always nice to see you. Thank you, everybody, for coming in today, hanging out. We got one more flight after this, and then we're done. Good armors, okay. Alright, we should start descending after this marker here, I do believe. So we will be ready for that. Matter of fact, I think I'm just going to go ahead and start requesting it now before it gets out of out of control, so we want boost by 3.
Athens Center Region Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67. Request 11,000 feet.
Aegean Air, Oscar Alpha Tree, 67 descend and maintain 11,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 11,000 feet. Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67.
There we go. Start descending. So we should be setting up rather nicely. Cheers, Bella. What is that? Hope that is not a broken arrival. I have a feeling that it is. We'll see. Anytime I see a double line like that, I always get concerned that it's gonna get crazy. Yep, look at that. It's in there twice. Sort of Kia, sort of Kia. Oh, man. Oh, we're going to go back and forth a bunch of times. Oh, come on. Why would I go to 14?
Clear to Kilo, Echo Alpha.
Climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Expect ILS Zulu runway 21 left approach via Kilo Echo Alpha transition. Cleared to Kilo Echo Alpha. Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67.
Well, I'm going to stay right where we're at. I just have a bad feeling about this because it seems like we're going to go back and forth a bunch of times before it picks up. Yeah, see, we're going to go Kia, sort of, Kia, sort. Oh, man. Damn it. Oh, man. I can't believe this is happening. See? Yep, now it's going to... Well, I'm going to let it play out. It doesn't seem like we're going to have to go very far before it figures itself out. I'm just going to stay right here at 11,000 feet. All right, you know what? I'm not going to even... Let's just go. Why did it, of all the things to have happen it decides to do this now. I'm just going to let this thing work itself out. And when I saw that double line, I knew we were going to have an issue. Doggone it. See, it's like stuck right there. Look, it keeps going back and forth between the two. All right. Yep, so now it says sort of. Oh my God, how many more times? It seemed like it was going to finally level out. It's like we're stuck in a hold or something. That's what it almost seems like. It's like this is a hold pattern or something. Well, if we keep spinning, then I'm just gonna have to end this flight. So it goes to Metis or Netis, and it's gonna go to Sorov. Goes to Kia. I think this approach is broken. Or arrival, not the approach. The arrival's broken. Will it sort itself out, or are we going to keep spinning? Nope, goes right back to Sorov. Okay. I think this is broken. It's gonna keep, yeah, it's just not, it's not engaging to the next. Alright. Alright, let's see if I can fix it this way. There we go. I think I fixed it. Alright, I think I got it. Hopefully. Yeah, I think there's this two. That are.
Air, Oscar Alpha 3, 67 descent and maintain 6,000 feet.
There we go.
Descend
All
and
right,
maintain
hopefully
6,000 feet. Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67.
Hopefully we're on track now. Let's go to 180. Alright, and then I think the next one after that was, I don't, if we have to go direct to the next one. Hopefully this is going to take us all the rest of the way in.
Aegean Air, Oscar Alpha 367, please expedite your descent 6,000 feet.
Well, if I hadn't been at 14,000 feet, I would have been able to get to 6,000 feet a lot quicker. And numpties, you're the one who told me to go here. We got that fixed, I think. But we'll know when we get to KEA. So if we have to plug in the next one, KEA 25. So if we have to keep going that way, we'll do that. Hopefully we're on a correct track now. We'll see once we get to Kia or KEA. Kia, I don't know. Have to come in a different way to Athens next time. I wonder if it intercepts other tracks, other flight paths, and then it just throws the system off. Like it doesn't know what to do. Okay, yeah, I think we're on. Once we get there, then I think we're okay. If we turn around, then I'll go to the direct to the KEA 25, and then that should keep us on track. Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. I think, well, let's see, we've been going for an hour 41 now. I'm kind of leery of, I don't know how long the flight will be. I think it'll be a fairly quick flight, but I don't know. I'm kind of thinking we'll scratch the flight in the Alps. This has gone on a little bit longer than I expected. I was not anticipating any problems with our flight plan coming into Athens. So yeah, I think we'll scratch the flight
Oscar
there in
Alpha
the Alps.
67, contact approach on 130.025. Good day.
130.025 for Aegean Air
Alright,
Oscar
let's
Alpha
keep an
Tree
eye out on
67.
this track
Approach
now.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67 is at 7,600 feet, descending 6,000 feet.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67, approach altimeter 29.47, continue to Kilo Echo Alpha as planned. Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree
Oh,
67,
come on.
and maintain
Why would you
4,000
do that to me?
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet, Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67.
Oh, it's going. Okay. Doggone it. Direct to... I gotta go... Where is it? I gotta scroll through here. Oh, I should have erased those other ones, but I'm not going to try to do that now. We'll get back on track here. And I got to get to 5,000 feet. Or 4,000. Meantime. Alright. Now the flight plan should take us... Alright, once we're back on track here, it should update in the system and then... Man, this has turned into a real pain in the butt. Or 160, not 140, 160. Man, yeah, we're scratching the flight in the Alps. This is this has turned into a load of nonsense unexpectedly, and I can't. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up after this. I'm gonna have to take that out of the description. Matter of fact, I'll just do that right now. So nobody thinks that's yeah, we were gonna do that, but that's just not gonna happen today. It's too much. Okay, hopefully, let's look at our flight plan now. Okay, we're on our way to KEA 25. So let's see what happens when we get there. So somehow those extra markers got put in. Now what I should have done, and this is a bit of a learning lesson for me, I think what I need to do is look in here, and if there's multiples of that, then we just delete the multiples and then we should be good to go. So yeah, I should have double checked that. That's on me. It's a learning process too, I think. So let's see what happens when we get here, and hopefully it picks everything back up and we're back on track. No pun intended. right. That's the deceleration point. Well, we're already decelerated to 160, so we're good there. So maybe it'll pick up after we pass that, even though it's not in the flight plan. KEA-25 should pick up, possibly after we get to that point. I think. We'll see what happens. Although it's showing white there, it's just not showing, so I think we're okay. We'll just have to keep an eye on things. So if I inadvertently ignore comments or whatever, I apologize in advance. This has turned into something I was not expecting. But I think we fixed it. I think we did. So we'll find out here shortly. But I feel pretty confident that we fixed the problem. And that was just a seat of the pants sort of thing that I figured, well, let's try that and see if that fixes it. And so here we are. Hopefully we'll be on the ground soon in Athens. Yeah. Mental note. Or I have to write that down as a thing to say, you know, we're tell you, I've got some of the strangest neighbors I've ever. Anyway. Oh, well, this has been quite eventful, unexpectedly. Alright, there's our marker there. So let's see what happens when we get past there. I'm hoping everything just kind of falls back into place. I think we're set up for our approach still. Because we go past KEA-25 and then Delta 06. Delta 069 November is right after that, so let's see what happens. I think we're going to be okay. Fingers crossed. Knock on fake wood. That we fix the problem. I should have probably done that the first time, but I was hoping that maybe it would, but it seemed like it was just going to keep circling around. It wasn't never going to get to the point of coming to KEA. So, yeah. I'll have to make a note on all my flight plans going forward to double check to make sure there's no additional markers that's going to screw us up like that. Oh, man. Never a dull moment. Ever. Well, at least we're in the Greek Isles. Clouds have kind of cleared off, so hopefully we have a somewhat of a nice, beautiful landing here in Athens at some point. One of these days. I think we're okay.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67.
I hate when it does that. Ooh, a little bit of bump there. Wind. All right, I think we're set. Woo! Oh, man, I think we fixed it. That was by pure luck that happened, that we figured that out. Oof. Well, what lessons did we learn today, folks? Check your flight plan. Check for double markers along the way. Delete those, but always keep an eye on things. Never take anything for granted in this simulator. It will keep you on your toes when you least expect it. I was not expecting that. But thankfully, we have figured it out. Now, the other thing that we don't know... Oh, we do know. Left. Zulu. Alright, I've got the go-around procedures if we miss this one. All set. No, Mick, that was luck. I did not. I prayed that it was going to work out, and it did. I was not sure that it was gonna take. So luckily it did. It's not. It was just a guess, nothing more. It was not down to skill. I figured, oh, let's see if we could do this, and luckily it worked. Nope, no skill involved there. It was all luck. I can assure you of that. But I appreciate the sentiment, my friend. I really do. All right, we should be talking to the tower here momentarily. Should get one more altimeter update once we're on the approach. Make sure we're at the right altitude. And hopefully we're going to put this thing on the ground nice and easy. Call it a day. This has gone on way longer than I expected. Way longer. But I do appreciate everybody sticking around and watching this craziness unfold.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67, you are 13 miles northeast of Eleftherios Venizelos. Contact tower on 122.1 when inbound on the approach.
Tower on 122.1 Aegean Air Oscar
There we go.
Alpha Tree 67.
Make sure we're at the right
Tower Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67, 13 miles northeast inbound ILS Zulu runway 21 left approach.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67.
2947. Nice. Okay, we're all set there.
245 at 14.
All right, let's get
Cleared
the
ILS Zulu runway 21 left approach.
Cleared ILS Zulu runway
We don't want
21
the
left
parking
approach
brake on, we
Aegean
want
Air
the gear
Oscar
down.
Alpha Tree 67.
dummy. All right, let's go to 140. 140 knots, not 140. 140 knots. So we are all set for our slowdown. There we go. Let's get the approach mode on. Oh, there it goes. Oh, no, 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 no. It's ahead, you numpty. I thought it was going to turn. Oh. Man, I thought for sure we were going to have another. No, Bronzeman, I do not take route requests, okay? I appreciate the idea, but I do not take route requests from viewers. I have a plan already in place for the rest of the year, so no. And I already have a plan for going into the new year, so I apologize, but no, I do not take route requests. All right, I think the ILS is locked in. Yes, we are locked in. The tractor beam has us, as I like to call it. Give yourself more credit. You thought outside the box and it worked. That's true, Mick, and like I said, I appreciate the sentiment. It was a crapshoot at best. It could have gone far worse. But it worked out. So yes, you're right. I did think outside the box. I appreciate that, Bronzeman. Yeah, I just can't. Or Brosnan. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but yeah, I don't take requests from viewers. Plus, you know, you're just popping in kind of out of nowhere to make that request. If you were like engaging on a regular basis, I could maybe make an exception, but yeah, I don't do that. So, but I do appreciate you coming in and watching. I really do. But I've made extensive notes already for the year, essentially, and already planning going into January. So, yeah, we will get around the world eventually. I promise you. So there might be a point that we're going to fly that route.
67, wind 245 at 14. Cleared to land runway 21 left.
So.
Cleared to land runway 21 left, Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67.
All right. Well, finally we're on our way to Athens. We'll be landing momentarily. Let's see. We left all that on, so nobody should have gotten out of their seats. Certainly when we were spinning around in the air. Hopefully all the overhead bins were secure. Right. We got a little bit to clear there, it looks like. Let's just kind of look ahead if we can. So we've got those lights, the runway guide lights there, and then
$500.
all right.
400. 300. 200.
All right. Autopilot off.
100. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
There we go. Whew. Welcome to Athens, everybody. The local time is, I could not begin to tell you. On behalf of myself and First Officer Mick, we do appreciate you flying with us today. We know that you have many options when it comes to your Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream viewing pleasures, and we are glad that you chose to fly with us today.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67, exit runway when able. Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67, contact ground on 121.75.
Going to 121.75 Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67.
Wow, look at all those ground options. To the gate.
Ground Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67, taxi to the gate.
Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67, taxi to gate Bravo 9er using taxiway Delta 5 Delta Delta 6
Right
Charlie.
there. I like it.
Taxiing to gate Bravo 9er using taxiway Delta 5 Delta Delta 6 Charlie to Aegean Air Oscar Alpha Tree 67.
But it seems like it takes more throttle to get this thing moving. I don't know why, but it does. I guess that's supposed to be a little bit more realistic. Well, that was an interesting flight, to say the least. Yep. Surprisingly so, Mick. Surprisingly so. We are on the ground. I wasn't 100% sure that that was going to be the case, but it worked out. If I were a drinking man, I think I'd need a stiff drink after this. Oh, man. That was insane. Like I said, lessons learned. Check your flight plan. You never know when it's going to throw in a bit of a unexpected monkey wrench into your plans. The good old flight plan, it was like sabotage. The onboard computer was like HAL in 2001: A Space Odyssey. HAL had its own ideas and everybody else was like, no, HAL, you're out of control. There we go. Oh, look at that. We don't even have to ask for the jetway. They're like, let's get it out there because they've had a heck of a flight. I think the passengers want to get off the plane. Oh, look at that. Isn't that nice? We didn't even have to ask for that. I like it. All right. Just for the heck of it, we're going to shut the lights down. I do appreciate everybody coming in today, hanging out. New viewers, returning viewers, greatly appreciate you. And I hope to see you tomorrow in the King Air 350i. Well, thank you, Mick. I greatly appreciate you, kind sir. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Tomorrow, to be determined time. As soon as I get home from downtown, I will try to make my way as expeditiously and forthwith as possible. And we will go flying in the King Air 350i. It should be a nice, lovely flight. Plenty of scenery. And hopefully, depending on the weather. But we're gonna keep with the live weather. We're gonna get back into that action. So anyway, I hope everybody has a great Tuesday morning, afternoon, evening, whatever the case may be in your part of the world. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Peace. Live long and prosper.